Praise be to Jesus. Praise be to our God. Today's commentary is from Judges chapter 16. So, this is the famous story of Samson and Delilah, the blinding love. Samson was a man of supernatural strength and power. And Samson was a man that had the Spirit of the Lord with him. Samson was a Nazarite. Samson was set aside, separated unto God for a special service and purpose for the Lord. But as we read on in this chapter, we see that Samson forgot about his calling, and instead he relied on his own capabilities, just like you and me at times. Samson had the capability to deliver Israel much earlier. But then we see that that purpose was fulfilled only at his death. Despite the fact that Samson had the Spirit of the Lord upon him, his sexual desires and love for women controlled him. In verse 1, we see that Samson went to a Philistine town, Gaza. And this Gaza was the farthest Philistine town from Samson's home. This could potentially symbolize how far Samson had gone from the Lord. Samson went in with a harlot, and Samson fell in love with Delilah. He got into an ungodly relationship with this Philistine woman. Samson didn't guard his heart when he fell in love with this woman. And the Bible tells us in Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life. Samson fell in sin because he didn't guard his heart. Samson loved Delilah, but Delilah loved money. There was a price that she was going to get if she got to know the secret of Samson's strength. Delilah kept pestering Samson time and time again for his strength. And she pestered Samson to the point that his soul was vexed to death. And Samson finally, after lying time and time again to Delilah, he betrayed the source of his strength. This goes to show us that slowly but surely sin has consequences, and deadly consequences. Sin binds us and sin blinds us. And sin slowly but surely takes us away from the presence of God. In verse 17, when Samson told Delilah all his heart, she lured him to sleep and tormented him, and called a man to shave off the locks of hair on his head. But then we realize that Samson's strength didn't lie in his hair. His hair was just a symbol of his consecration. When his Nazarite vow was lost, and then his power was lost, but more so because the Lord had departed from him. In verse 20, we see that Samson is seized by the Philistines, imprisoned and bound with bronze fetters. This chapter shows us that sin has a price, and the price is costly. Samson's sin left him blind physically, but this was because of his blind love for this Philistine woman, Delilah, that led him to being a slave. But in the end, as we read on, in the end we see that the purpose of the Lord prevailed. In verse 28, Samson called on to the Lord, and he said, "O Lord, remember me, I pray. Strengthen me, I pray, just this once, O God, that I may with one blow take vengeance on the Philistines for my 2 eyes." And the Lord answered him. In the process of destroying the temple, Samson fulfilled his destiny to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. God never forsook Samson when he called to him. And this is a reminder for me and you, never to forget our consecrations, and to always turn back to God. May the Lord bless you, and I pray that as you read through this chapter, you're strengthened, and I pray that as you read through this chapter, you remember your consecration, and you remember to turn back to the Lord. Be blessed.